Hello, my classy people. My name is Wayne Bolden. It is Monday. We're about 12 days out from the Derby for sure. And as always, tip sheets are available. Please get your orders in. Email us at speedking24@yahoo.com, speedking24@yahoo.com, and or text the office 732-804-0637. Hey, they're $20 each day, Oaks Friday, Derby Saturday. Buy both, you get them for $35. Email us. Great way to support us here. Want to give a shout out to my girl out there, Tina Hammond. I'm wearing our Country House shirt for sure. She and I won that day on Country House by way of DQ. We'll take it. And her husband, Dave, is a great, great friend of the channel as well as Tina. But she loves when we talk Country House. But we're here to take a look at another profile of one of the Derby contenders this year. We've done 2 or 3 of these. We're going to try to do as many as we can prior to the Derby to do a deep dive into each and every one of them. And we're going to go right to Sovereignty. Well, there he goes with them Godolphin horses. Well, I know they all think I'm going to pick Godolphin as my winning horse. Maybe, maybe not. I already know who I got. Not telling you just yet. We're going to do the individual dive. And Sovereignty don't need no introduction. I don't need to tell you. It's old Godolphin. You see the silky, silky blue. Shout out to them folks for sure. Well, Sovereignty, let's get into this, is by Into Mischief and obviously bred top and bottom. The dam is by Crown, who is a mare, of course, for Godolphin, and on the back end by the great, great Bernardini. So Sovereignty obviously is a top 3-year-old in the country and will be one of the top 2 or 3 favorites in the race. And you'll still probably get a square price. Because typically with the quality of horses, the Derby favorite usually go there 3-1 or 5-1. And the second and third picks are second and third favorites are usually 8-1 or 10-1. That's not a bad price. So I think he'll probably be about 8 or 10-1 or maybe 6-1. But we'll know he'll be one of the top 3 or 4 favorites in the race. And trained by my guy, the trainer of Country House, right? Billy Mott. Right now, Billy Mott's always manages horses perfectly. He's one of my favorite 2 trainers in the country. Him and Steve Asmussen. Manny Franco was in the arms for the Florida Derby, but Alvarado, who got hurt, he'll be back. I think he had a shoulder issue for sure. 2 wins from 5 starts in 2 seconds. Now, let's run through his races. Well, broke his maiden at Churchill Downs, and when he broke his maiden in his 3rd start of his life, he broke it in the Preakness Stakes on October 27, 2024. Think about that for a minute. Had a maiden race, very first start, August, up there at Saratoga, ran 4th. September, Belmont, they brought him back, maiden special race, he ran 2nd. Billy Mott and company says, I know what we can do. He didn't win in the 2 maiden races. Let's put him in a grade 3 stake race at Churchill Downs. Huh? Is that enough? I mean, think about that move. You lose your first 2 maiden races. It ain't like you ran lights out in those 2 maiden races. Your next move, what do you know about this here equine animal? They took him to the street since stake race, grade 3, and won the race. And it was over Churchill. Isn't that where the Derbies run? In Louisville? I'm just checking. Okay, so the horse has a win over the track with a grade 3 stake race as a 2-year-old. As a 2-year-old, okay? All is well. So that's October 2027, October 27, 2024. They turned him out until March 1st. So October, November, December, March. So he had about 4.5 months off. Returns as a 3-year-old in the Coolmore Fountain of Youth. You know what happened. He beat him down. off of a 4.5-month layoff, making his 3-year-old campaign. Now, I want each and every one of you to do this. That's his first race as a 3-year-old in March. His second race as a 3-year-old was March 29th, which was the Florida Derby. Now, the race before was the Fountain of Youth, excuse me. Came back and won that race on March 1st. On March 29th, the Florida Derby. He went favorite in that race. Now, I want all of you who cares to go and look at my video on the Florida Derby. You knew I liked Sovereignty, right? But I told you in my video I didn't think Billy Mott would have the horse cranked up because he has the Derby in mind. I knew it would be a useful race. I knew he would run good, right? But I also told you that he wasn't going to be my top pick in the Florida Derby. I picked the winner that day, Tappan Street. Nice ride. Thank Louis Saez was up. Please go watch my video. I never thought that the Florida Derby, even though it was 1.2 million, was the objective. Now, if the money was there to take, I'm sure he would have took it. But they wanted to get a useful race out of him. Their regular rider wasn't up. Manny Franco, who's red hot, by the way, was up. If you watch the race, I think he broke from the 10 hole. Let me just make sure here, right? And he was wide. Yes, it was the 10 hole. He was 4 or 5 wide into the first turn. He was 3 or 4 wide down the backstretch. And he was 4 or 5 wide coming for home. Okay? Now, the enemy to horse racing is ground lost. And I knew it was a public workout and that they were going to hit the board with black type running second or third. Hey, if the money was there, they would have took the race. I'm pretty sure of that. But they got what they wanted out of him on March 29th in the Florida Derby. Wide in the first turn. Oh, he was in the 10 post. Yeah, he was. Down the backstretch and wide coming home. And ran on beautifully behind Tappan Street. Billy Mott was happy. Trust me, I've been following Billy Mott for 30 years. Now, to add injury to insult, March 29th is literally 6 weeks to the Derby. How many times have you heard me say you want horses to have rest between 4 and 6 months? The horse is making his 3rd start in his 3-year-old campaign, 6th start overall. Prime, fast, fit, and ready to explode. Major player, Sovereignty, the Godolphin homebred. Okay, did I make the case clear? And I thought this weeks and weeks ago. The Florida Derby was a prep. No, I mean, how do you get a prep race for 1.2 million? But I knew they wasn't be cranked up all the way. Please, go watch my video. Go find it in there and watch my Florida Derby video and you hear what I said. Thought he would run good, but I didn't think they would be all out to win the Florida Derby unless nobody else wanted it, I'm sure, right? They would have took that 1.2 million. Who wouldn't have? And my top pick in the Florida Derby was Tappan Street, on the fact that I did not think Sovereignty would be cranked up and Billy Mott would get 6 weeks between the Florida Derby and the first Saturday of May, having won across Churchill Downs already. Now, from a speed figure standpoint, Ragasons, buyers, he has not hit 100 buyer yet, okay? Started out his career with a 9.5, a 5.5, remember the lower the number the better, a 5 3/4. As a 2-year-old, he ran a 1 3/4. That's fast as a 2-year-old. He ran another 1 3/4 as a 2-year-old. And then he came back out, ran a 3, okay, in the Fountain of Youth, and then ran another 1 1/4. So he ran 1 3/4, 1 3/4, back to a 3, back to 1 1/4, which is a small increment through the previous number. Now, to me, even though he doesn't have nowhere near the fastest speed figure going in, This horse is sitting on an explosive race and cannot have to be used. Now, all of you know this, right? Because it looks like it's a lot of speed in this race. And you know he'll be coming home. But the master in the training booth, Mr. Billy Mott, see Cigar, see Cody's Wish. I mean, you can just go on and on. When he starts stringing these things together, it's like hot butter popcorn. I know Billy Mott. I know his training maneuvers. I know his methodology. And Sovereignty is sitting on a big, big win. I'm not telling you he's my top pick. But I'm telling you, this is a very, very viable horse. And if you're getting 6 to 8 to 1, there's no way you can leave him off his ticket. There's another Godolphin horse in there called East Avenue. We'll get to him later. But I'm not saying, oh, look at SpeedKing wave the Godolphin flag. No, I just went through the horse's past performances and how he got there, and I was calling things along the way. This horse is sitting on a huge, huge ratio, for sure. Speed figures are improving. He's surely not the fastest horse going in. And by the way, the bloodline is off the chain. He can go 10 furlongs. See, that's really the key here. Who can get the distance? He has enough speed to break mid-pack or sit in 6 or whatever and comes home like a monster. He's going to be reunited with his original rider, Mr. Alvarado, and Mr. Billy Mott will have him cranked up for the Kentucky Derby, unlike the Florida Derby. We're going to get a good, useful race out of him in the Florida Derby, which he did. Wide into the first turn, wide into the second turn, run down the lane, wrap up on him. There you go. So, let's have a healthy discussion. I gave you my synopsis. I was not being a homer here because it's Godolphin and Godolphin and because it's Billy Mott. I mean, how often do I get Godolphin, my favorite outfit, internationally known to rock the microphone, and my boy Billy Mott hooked up? Well, yeah, I like him. I'm not telling you he's my top pick. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I do have something up my sleeve. I do. But anyway, let's have a healthy discussion. I'm happy for Sovereignty. He'll be on all of my tickets vertically. I'll shortly have him in the Oaks Derby double. Godolphin, good cheer to Sovereignty. That's an easy call. That's an easy call. But let's have a healthy discussion. This one is sitting on go-go, y'all. And I just laid it out to you. Now go watch my video. Florida Derby. It's in the channel. And I told you, they ain't cranking him up for the Florida Derby. They're going to get a useful race out of it. And they did. And now, it's been 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. How many times? I learned that from Billy Mott 25 years ago. Horses need rest. Horse is making his third start as a 3-year-old. Go time, y'all. My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the Speed King. Keep it classy. 100. Thanks for all the classiness y'all have been doing on the channel with the comments on these profiles we're doing. We're going to do a couple training profiles too. So let's have a healthy discussion. Your Speed King's not being a homer here because I got my folks Godolphin over here. Nope. He just happens to be a Godolphin horse. Bread top and bottom. What else is new? Don't let the silky, silky blue sneak on you. At 8 to 1? Please. Gotta use this one in there. I'm not saying he's my top pick. I'm just profiling him. Let's have a healthy discussion, y'all. I'm going on and on. I can shut it down now for sure. Stay classy, y'all, in all that you do. Billy Mott and Godolphin together? Wow, this is going to be something. Miss Tina, Country House.